Hi all. Today I want to discuss a topic that's important for anyone preparing for IELTS general training exams, which is IELTS essays. But before we get into that, let me share my story. I prepared for IELTS in less than a week, and I spent a lot of time in researching for the IELTS essay types. I face two challenges mainly when it comes to essay writings. The first one was it was quite difficult for me to distinguish between the some essays, especially the discussion essays and opinion essays. I always get confused by the question type, and I had this confusion also to whether I should write about both the views or should I stick on with only just one view in the essays. And the second challenge for me was I didn't have a template, and I was not able to find a template in any of the YouTube channels or websites. I wanted a template that can be leveraged for all the five types of essays, but of course with some minor tweaks. But I couldn't find something like that in anywhere. Uh, Finally, I came up with this template that could be used for all the five types of essays with some minor modification. I'm gonna share the same template with all of you, and this video is specifically aimed at those of you who are having a busy schedule and have less time for preparation, and of course those who need something very simple. I'll be using the same topic to demonstrate how this template can be leveraged for all the five different types of essays. And regarding my IELTS score, I got a 7 in my initial attempt. Then I took a retake of the exam because I wanted to boost my score. So in the second attempt, I got an 8. We are focusing on discussion essays in this video, and the essay topic that I have chosen is drug testing in animals. I got the same topic in the IELTS exam as well, and I will use the same topic for all the five types of essays. And regarding the discussion essays, uh, let's learn how to identify a discussion essay first. So there are two simple methods you can use to identify whether an essay is a discussion essay or not. So you know that there are two parts in a question, which is one is a one-liner, the first sentence that will be a one-liner, something like this. Some people think that it is essential to use animals for drug testing. However, others believe that it is unnecessary. So, in the question, you will see something like this as the first sentence, and then there will be a question associated with it. So, first look at the question. That will be the easier method to identify the discussion essay. And you can see here there are three different types of questions. First question type is, it would be like discuss both views and give your opinion. So if you see this in your question, that means it is a discussion essays. Then the next type is it will be like instead of views they will be saying like discuss both sides of this argument and give your opinion. And the third one is just discuss both sides. It doesn't say anything about opinion, it just says discuss both sides. In that case, you don't have to give your opinion, just discuss the both sides. If you encounter any of these questions in the IELTS exam, that means it is a discussion essay. This is the one method to identify the essay type. The second method is pay attention to the first one-liner of your question. If it has two different opinions, like some people believe something and another set of people believe just the opposite thing, that means it's a discussion essay. There are two views, two opinions. For example, in this question there are two views. Some people believes in drug testing in animals and some people are against it. That means there are two opinions, two views. So whenever in the first line of the question you see two views, that means it's a discussion essays. So by keeping an eye out for these types of questions and one-liners, you will easily identify if it is a discussion essay or not. Now, next is planning your essay. First step was to identify the type of essay, which is in this case is a discussion essay, and will only take about 10 seconds of your time. Now it is time to plan out your arguments or your ideas or your points, which supports both sides of essays. So our topic is about drug testing on animals, and we should find the ideas to support the drug testing and which is against drug testing. So I have brainstormed two ideas supporting each sides, and for supporting drug testing, my first reason was for the progress in medical field. Obviously I need to support the drug testing in animals, and my second reason was it can predict side effects of drugs. To know what are the side effects in humans, we need the drug testing in animals. So these were the two reasons that supports drug testing in animals, and we need the opposite side as well, so which is against the drug testing. So the first reasons which supports this argument is that alternative methods, that means there are other methods which can replace animal drug testing. So that was the first reason. And my second reason, which is against the drug testing, is that which is an ethical reason. That means we don't have any rights on animals to test drugs on them. Once you have jotted down the ideas, just stick on to one of the view, which will be your opinion, and in this case I'll be supporting drug testing, and that will be my opinion. Format of the essays, we'll be having 4 paragraphs. The first one is the introduction. The second one is the body paragraph 1. Here we will be supporting one point of view. Third one is the body paragraph 2. Here we will be supporting the opposite side of the argument. And fourth one is the conclusion. So we only need 4 paragraphs in our essays. Let's start with the introduction. You need only 2 sentences in the introduction. If you go through some of the websites or even the official site, you can see that in some training videos they have said that there should be 3 sentences in the introduction, but just ignore it. You just need only 2 sentences in the introduction, and the first sentence should be the paraphrase question. The paraphrase question means the same question that you got in the Ielts exam, but you can just replace some of the words with some other words. That is the paraphrase question. And the second sentence should be your opinion. So let's see the templates for the first sentence. I have provided here 4 templates for the first sentence. So the first template is, it is considered by some that, in the blank area you can fill the first opinion. It is considered by some that the first view, while there are others who think that the second view. Now the second template is, it is argued that again the first view, while others think that the second view. Third template, some people argue or consider that again the first view, while others say that the second view from the question. So all these 3 templates are somewhat similar, and we have a 4 template which is quite different from the other 3 templates. It's like that it is people have different opinions about whether, and you should write that essay topic here. So in this case the essay topic is drug testing in animals, so I can write it like, people have different opinions about whether drug testing should be conducted in animals or not. So this is how you write the 4th template. You can pick any of the 4 templates, and one thing to note here is that try to use consider instead of argue, and go for argue only if the essay topic is very much sensational or it's like a hot topic. Else otherwise you can use just consider. There is one more plus point for using considered. It is that you can use this it is considered in the other essay topic also. So you can just by heart or memorize just one line which is it is considered. So that is just a second benefit of uh, selecting the considered one. So I am going to select the sentence it is considered from the first sentence template. Now you have the second sentence, which is your opinion. Here I have given you two templates. Both of them are quite similar, okay? So the first template is, while it is true that in the blank area you can give the topic. So while it is true that drug testing in animals has its negative impacts, select either negative or positive. Don't go and jot down both negative slash positive, either negative or positive. I believe that. Then what do you believe? Which argument you have selected and say the reasons. I believe that and the reasons here. You have a second template as well, which is, while it is true that, here you can give the reasons of your opposite view, and I believe that, what is your opinion? The reasons of your supporting view. So you can choose either any of this one for your second sentence, and this will be your opinion sentence. Now going to a sample introduction. So our question was, some people think that it is essential to use animals for drug testing. However, others believe that it is unnecessary. So identify the two views here. The first view is essential to use animals for drug testing, and the opposite view is it is unnecessary. So our introduction has two sentences. The first sentence is the template. It is considered by some that. Now you have to fill in the first view. What was the first view? Essential to use animals for drug testing. Paraphrase the question. We will just paraphrase it. Essential becomes vital, use become utilized, and animals for drug testing becomes drug development. So I have paraphrased not everything but a few things in the first view. Now back to our template. While there are others who think that it is dispensable. So in the question it is unnecessary. I just paraphrased it to it is indispensable. So we are ready with the first line of the introduction. Now our second sentence, which is our opinion. While it is true that, you can either write here the reasons of your first view, or you can just write the drug testing in animals, which is the essay topics, has its negative impacts. I believe that. Then the reasons for your supporting view. So I have written my supporting view, which is, I believe that it is crucial to involve animals in drug testing to advance in the medical field and to accurately assess the potential effects of drugs on humans. So I have written the reasons of my supporting view here. This is how you write an introduction. After introduction, now we have to write a body paragraph 1, which will be a second paragraph of our essay, and it should have ideally 5 to 6 sentences. Let's see how to write a body paragraph 1. Now here some of you may have the question that whether I should write the supporting argument in the body paragraph 1, or should I write the opposite argument in the body paragraph 1. If you have that question, go back to your introduction. In the second sentence, and there are two parts, okay, a comma is there, and this second sentence is separated into two parts. And in the first part we have mentioned about the opposite view, and in the second part we have mentioned about the supporting view. We have to follow the same order for body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. So our body paragraph 1 will be the opposite view, and the body paragraph 2 will be a supporting view. Let's go back to our template. The first sentence should be the introduction of your first point or idea. So you have this first idea, so you are going to write some idea for this opposing argument. You can write it like this. On one hand, it is evident that, and then you can introduce your first point. Okay. In the second and third sentence, you have to write supporting sentences of your idea. because in the first sentence you just introduced your idea. You wanted to explain more in detail about what was that idea. For that purpose, you can use the second and third sentence, and you have template for that as well. The second line is this implies that, and then you can write the supporting sentence 1, which is related to the your first idea. The third sentence can begin with it should be noted that, and again this should be a supporting sentence of your first point. So now in the first line we have introduced a point, in line 2 and 3 we have supported that point. Now going to a fourth sentence, we have to provide an example for this. Even though in the question if it is not asked to provide an example, it is mandatory that you should provide an example. So let's provide an example. The fourth sentence, it says that research reveals that. Then an example or something related to your first point. You have to write it in the fourth line. Now we have the fifth sentence, which is the introduction of your second point or your idea, and you can write it as secondly, and that's second point. Now your sixth sentence is a closing line, so you have written everything about that point of view, that side. Now you have to close it, so you can write it as this highlights the significance of. This is the template of the body paragraph 1. I wanted to point out that a few things are optional here. The first one I would say that is absolutely optional is the second point or idea. Why I have written it here? Because in case if you feel that you are in short of words, so you know that you have to write 250 words for the exam. If you feel that so I haven't written much for a 250 words, so you feel that you don't have anything more to write about the first point, in that case you can just write down one line about a second point. Okay, and similarly a second supporting sentence for your idea you can skip if you don't have a supporting sentence, but I strongly suggest that you write two supporting sentences for your main point or idea. So this is the template, and let's see how we can write a sample body paragraph using this template. The first line was the introduction of your first argument or reason. So the template is, on one hand it is evident that, then you can introduce your first reason, which was the alternative methods in my case. So the reason was alternative methods for drug testing are available and can be employed in this field. So I introduced the first reason. Now going to the sentences 2 and 3, this will be your supporting sentences, and the second supporting sentence starts with this implies that. Evaluation of new drugs can be simulated through artificial intelligence. I told that there is an artificial method, like we can use the artificial intelligence to evaluate the drug. Evaluate means testing the drugs. Now that is your first supporting sentence. You can write one more supporting sentence, which is it should be noted that the scientists can dedicate efforts to development and adaptation of other approaches. Now going to a fourth sentence, which is an example. You have to say something about this. I have no idea about the examples related to the alternative methods. So what came to my mind was that I just mentioned that the drugs tested using artificial intelligence and using animals. Okay, and the results was almost like 95% match. So it's not something true, it's not something accurate, but I just wrote it an example because there is no other way for me to. I was not someone who is working in the medical field and I have no idea what's going there. So in that case, I wrote something which is logically correct, but it's not accurate. So what I wrote was Research reveals that the drug testing conducted in an artificially simulated model showed a 95% match with the results obtained from testing the same drug on animals. So I just wrote a second point, which is secondly, animals should not be subjected to experiments and they hold equal rights in the world as humans. So now we can conclude this paragraph, which is the opposite view. So for concluding, we have the template like this highlights the significance of why animal testing should not be justified. So this is how you write the body paragraph 1. Next is the body paragraph 2, which will be paragraph 3 of your essay. In the body paragraph 2, we will be covering the supporting side. And here also we can write 5 to 6 sentences. It's similar to the body paragraph 1 structure, but I have changed the template so that it's not like an exact duplicate of the first body paragraph. So let's go to the template. So same as the first one, the first sentence you will be introducing the first argument. So let's see how we can write the template. On the other hand, it is obvious that, and in this blank you will write the first reason of your why you are supporting drug testing or why you are supporting that particular view. So here the second lines will be in other words. So in other words, write something which support that argument. And the third line is it is worth mentioning that. Again, this is a supporting sentence of your first reason. Now it's a time for us to write about the example. So here for example, I use like for instance. In the body paragraph 1, it was like research revealed that. Instead of that, I used for instance here. Now your fifth sentence, which is your second argument, you can write it as another factor is that. Here only introduce your second argument if necessary. And finally your closing note, which is your sixth sentence. Considering this, it is apparent that. And then what is apparent that? Drug testing. That is your essay topic, okay? It is apparent that your essay topic offers substantial benefits, which I believe plays a crucial role. So again, you wrote about your supporting argument. Finally, you also just highlight here that crucial role. So let's see the optional one. So as I mentioned, there are two optional one. One is the second argument, this is optional, and this is the third sentence which is optional, but I strongly suggest you to write the third sentence which will add to your score. Let's go to a sample body paragraph 2 and see how it is developed. So the paragraph 2, we have 6 sentences here. So the first sentence is your introduction of the argument. So the template is, on the other hand, it is obvious that. So my first reason to support this was the progress in medical field. So I just introduced that reason here. Animal testing has been contributed significantly to advancements in medical science and treatment. That is my first reason. Now the second line is my supporting sentence. In other words, many breakthroughs in disease understanding, treatment development and surgical techniques have relied on insights gained from animal studies. So that was my second supporting sentence. My third supporting sentence, it is worth mentioning that testing results can lead to new treatments and can save countless lives. Fourth one, which is obviously your example. I knew a disease which was earlier present and there was a vaccination. They developed a vaccination for this. What I wrote was, for instance, the drugs for smallpox, which claimed numerous people in the southern province of India, was developed by extensively testing in animals and proved to be 100% effective in humans. So I only knew that there was this disease and I knew that there is a vaccination for kids that happened. So what I added it was I tailored this for drug testing. For sure, if there is a drug, it will be tested in animals. So I just added that it was extensively tested in animals, and I told that it's 100% effective in humans. So whenever you are in your planning session, plan your examples also. You will be knowing something related to it, okay? And or you when you plan for your writing, when you study for your writing, you will be writing some examples. So just try to whenever you get an IELTS essay question in in the real exam, tailor all those examples that you have in your mind. The reason why I'm saying is that see, we will be belonging to a particular field, or we will not be having the 100% knowledge in everything that is occurring in the world. So we won't be having the examples for sure. In that case, be familiar with some of the things and just tailor it according to your essay. That's the thing I would say. Now, the fifth thing is another factor is that, which is your second point. Animal testing is considered valuable for predicting the potential effects of drugs on humans, just to predict the side effects. Now, last point, considering this, it is apparent that next you have to write your essay topic, which is drug evaluation in animals offers substantial benefits, which I believe plays a crucial role. So we are done with body paragraph 2 as well. So coming to conclusion, you only need to write just one sentence in the conclusion, and this sentence is that you have to summarize everything what you have written plus your opinion also. Make sure that you don't introduce new points here. I have a template for that also. To conclude, although you can write the reasons from first paragraph, however, it seems to me that your reasons from the second paragraph, when I mean paragraph, it is a body paragraph, that dash is much more desirable. To conclude, although the first reasons from the first paragraph was alternate methods are available and ethical considerations are present, however, it seems to me that now it's time for the points from the second paragraph. For the progress in medical research and to predict side effects, now you have to write the essay topic, which is drug testing in animals is much more desirable. So this is how you conclude the essays. Let's go to your complete essay. So this is your complete essay after writing your introduction, your body paragraph 1, which is the opposing view. This is a third paragraph, which is your supporting view, and last one, the one sentence, is your conclusion. If you see here, this essay has a total of 342 words, but I told you that a few things are optional, so I'm just removing the second argument, which is absolutely optional. So that makes this essay to 296 words. And in case if you don't have time, or if you didn't get a supporting argument, I just tried removing the second arguments also. That will bring the essay to 261 words. So this is how you write the essays. And I would suggest something as well. So whenever you practice for essay writing at home, choose a topic for a discussion essay and try to write an essay and be familiar with the essays, okay? And once you are done with the essay, go through the essays and see if any words can be replaced with advanced vocabulary. On one hand, it is evident that alternative methods for drug testing are available and can be employed in this field. So initially when I wrote this essay, it was like and can be used in this field. But I just replaced that used with employed, so that it's an advanced vocabulary. I will soon be releasing a video with all these advanced vocabularies that can be used in various essays. Additionally, I will provide templates for other essays which are quite similar to the template which is discussed today. Let me know your comments, and please subscribe if you like this video.